What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to attempt to do a solo Estes method. This is my first time trying the solo Estes method, so I tried to come up with a way to do it on my own because typically it's at least 2 people, but I don't have another person who's willing to help me out with this. So the way that I'm going to do it today, because I did want to try 2 different ways, I wrote 9 questions on these pieces of paper right here. So of course I'm gonna be blindfolded and I'm going to have noise canceling headphones. Actually, I don't even know if these are noise canceling, but it's gonna be loud enough, and I'm gonna show you how loud it's gonna be to where I can't hear anything out here. Not that it really matters because nobody's gonna be asking me questions, but because I'm gonna be blindfolded, I'm not gonna know what questions come up that get shuffled. So I'm gonna shuffle these so you guys know I'm not cheating. I don't know what question's gonna be out, just in case if what I'm hearing and what I'm saying might or might not connect with the questions. It'll be freaky to see if it does connect to the questions though. And I am also recording on my phone, which has a visual of the EMF reader as well as the Ovilus that I will have on while I'm doing the session, in the event something happens while I can't see it or I can't hear it. So let's see how this goes. Again, first time doing it. Don't judge me so harshly on how it turns out. But okay, so I'm gonna hopefully shuffle these. Well, you know what? I'm gonna shuffle them right now and not, I'm shuffling them, not looking what question is where. I should have made the cards smaller. That probably would have helped. I made them bigger because I wanted to make sure you guys could see it. Hopefully I can hold them up high enough for you guys to see it. I'm hoping. I'm gonna be blindfolded, so I'm not gonna be able to tell. I'm just gonna assume this is a good position. So let me turn on the other devices and then set up the spirit box. Show you guys how loud it's gonna be in my ears, and then we'll get started. All right, so the EMF reader is now turned on. So that is the base reading right now. I am also gonna be turning off my ring light just to have more of an ambiance for the session. And for the Ovilus, I'm gonna use the dictionary mode. I'm not sure if that's the actual name of that mode, but I'm calling it that because it has a little book that looks like a dictionary to me. So I'm gonna be using the dictionary mode. It has the ABC on it. Usually when you first press it to boot up, it normally says a few words because it's booting up. So just so you guys know. With the EMF reader, also just so you guys know, EMF readers can go off with natural things because it's detecting electromagnetic fields, which a whole bunch of electronics, even ourselves, can give off. So just a little, I guess, side note, if any of you guys are new to using EMF, make sure you do a base reading around the room that you're going to be doing your session on, so you know what areas give off a higher reading, so you know that that's natural, so you don't confuse that with being like a spirit or anything like that, because that's one thing I do notice a lot of people do is they confuse natural things with what might be a spirit when it really isn't. It's probably just like the AC kicking on or something.
Word, thurifer, heat, sail,
What is
equation,
thurifer?
raised, lasting.
That's a lot of words. What is thurifer? I never heard of that word. All right, so
American.
I'm Mexican American. So as you can see, the Ovilus is now on and the base reading on. I'm looking like this because my phone is kind of covering the.
Baby, 80, river,
Okay,
coat,
Say-
gag,
it's saying a lot.
form,
But you can see the base reading on the EMF that the Ovilus is not making it go crazy.
syllables,
So at least we know that. I've never actually worn eye muffs before, so I hope this isn't uncomfortable. Here's the spirit box. It's not connected to my portal box because I don't necessarily need it because it's gonna be in my ears, so I could just use the spirit box directly. I don't know if you guys can hear it right now.
interpret,
but it's pretty loud. It's not set up yet, so I'm gonna do that now. All right, so the spirit box is set up. These blinking means that it's currently doing the sweep rate. I have it on AM for both. I also have both of them going in reverse. I prefer it that way because if I hear a clear word, I know it's a little odd because I have both of them going in reverse. Okay, so all the devices are on. Just to further explain how normally this works, because I know some people might not have any idea what the Estes method is. So, the Estes method typically is at least with 2 people. One of them being the, I guess the conduit, the one who's being used as a vessel to speak or deliver the message. And then the other person is the one who is hearing and questioning and sort of communicating with whoever's going through from you. But because I'm doing it on my own, I'm going to be the conduit or the vessel. And I'm going to be using these little, I guess, flashcards as the person who would be asking the question. It's best to sort of block your other senses and just focus on the one. So in this case, we're going to be blocking our vision, right? So that our hearing can be more alert. So I'm going to have my eye muffs, whatever you call these, eye patches, I don't know. I'm gonna have my eye muffs on my eyes, making me momentarily blind, right? And I'm gonna have the headset. Here, I'm gonna put it close to the... I don't even know if that's loud for you guys, but it's pretty loud for me. So I'm gonna be having my headset on. I'm not even gonna be able to hear the ovulus or the EMF reader beeping if that just happened. Typically, the other reason why it's best to have at least 2 people doing this is because some people see it a little unsafe being the conduit or the vessel, because you can kind of get in a trance in a way while you're receiving the messages, while you're listening to the spirit box. So I'm just gonna try to remind myself that once I've finished with the last flashcard of the question, to just take it off. Here goes nothing. The light is off. The mood is being set. I'm just gonna again vocalize whatever I hear coming out of the spirit box. I have no idea what's gonna make sense to the question or what's coming out of the ovulus. I guess you guys will let me know. And apologies in advance if for some reason my camera does not focus or does something weird. That's on this camera or on my iPhone. I won't be able to control it. It's gonna feel so weird. I locked my door just in case, because I don't want, I don't know if somebody's gonna come in or not. Here we go. You can do it.
Arms. Herd. History. Near. Blaze. Lagoon. Trip. And. Details. September.
Why'd you hit me? Camper? Convenient?
Month. Sad. Planet.
Sounded like somebody vomiting.
Wire. Material. Gale. Mind. Cow. Crescent. Animal. Ahead. For me.
It kept working. You need to get on the ground.
aggression,
I didn't hear you.
nation, desk, tone, 2, cable, catch, messenger, bright, 80, as,
Bold point.
breaker, Norman, guess,
For you.
finger,
I'm just here. Thirsty. Where's my friend? Container. Mama.
joke, farmers, famous,
I don't know. How?
scratch, basement, alone, weeps,
Every day.
bed, pulled, monitor, around, ham, paint, cook,
Get out. Miracle.
Europe, castle, jumped, constant, blind,
I knew it.
wrench,
You are not dead. No more. You can't.
sign,
Need help.
eye, area, news, plants,
I'm dead. Oh, somebody left. Somebody else left.
release,
It's two males laughing.
very, gasp, turns, ledge, lagoon, develop,
They're feet away.
legs, cold, Tesla, plate, drop,
Did you work with them? Who is this? Janet?
especially,
It's hard.
continued,
Very real. What's a human? Water.
Peace. Faster.
Hurricane. I'll see you soon.
Year. Swim.
To celebrate.
Stay. Far.
Oh. That felt, oh, my eyes.
Used. July.
Yeah, I felt used, yes. My birthday's in July.
Van.
That felt very weird. Let me turn this off. My eyes feel weird. Is it raining? It's raining right now.
Cube.
I didn't know it was raining. My eyes feel a little like weighted, heavy.
Do. Animal. Sad.
Animal. You know what? Let me turn off the Ovilus. Or should I leave it on? You know what? I'll leave it on. It might say something related to what I'm going to talk to. So, right off the bat, when I was blinded and when I couldn't physically hear what was going on around me, it was as if I was in a dark room, unable to really move. I felt a lot of anxiety. I felt scared because I didn't know what was around me. I couldn't hear if somebody was gonna come in the room. All these like weird thoughts started going in my head of like, what if somebody breaks in? What if somebody opens the door and I can't hear it and I can't see it? So a lot of like weird, I don't want to say intrusive thoughts. I don't even know if that's the word, but just like this anxiety was in me. Oh, Zoe's crying. And I was just getting worried, and I tried to keep my heart from beating so fast. Like I was like, all right, we're almost done. We just need to get through these questions and then we can see again and then we can hear naturally, you know? I can also see why it's best to have at least two people doing this, because you know the other person is there with you. If something does happen, they'll be there to warn you. Or in this case, it's just me. If something did happen, I wouldn't have been warned by anyone, right? So there's that. Will I do it again? Yes. Because I'm just interested to experiment with this and to see how these types of sessions go. I have no idea what was said in relation to the questions because I don't know what questions came up. A lot of weird things that I can remember were said, but then I also don't know if the Ovilus was talking as I was talking. So there's that. It's gonna be interesting editing and seeing the video back though. It was weird that I heard people laugh. I heard two males laughing. They sounded like they were in their late 20s, early 30s. They sounded young, so I wasn't expecting that. I guess one downside is you guys can't hear what I'm hearing, right? You can only hear what I'm saying, obviously, based on what I'm hearing. So that's the only downside, I guess. Instead of you guys actually able to hear the voices coming out on their own, instead you're hearing me, I guess, translate the voices in a way. So it's really interesting, not gonna lie. Well, let me turn my ring light back on. So it is really interesting doing these kind of sessions. And now I'm curious to see how it would be if I had somebody else to do it. I might ask someone. Ooh, you know what might work? If I do like a live session. It'd have to be with a buddy though.
Hurt.
Where they would ask the questions on the live. And you'd be able to see me on the live responding. That could be a thing.
Raised.
That's the only way I can think of, because like I said, I don't really have any friends that are really into this or willing to be in a YouTube video to do it. it felt like I was drifting a little. It started, you know what? In the beginning, it started very like anxiety ridden, now that I mentioned drift. And then after a while, I also started to feel like I'm getting comfortable. Like this is fine. That's not necessarily a bad thing because I felt weirder in the beginning with all these like anxiety and fear emotions coming.
Material.
But towards the end, I think maybe towards the last two cards, I was also feeling like this is fine. We can get through it. It's new, but at least we tried it, you know? Because now we know how it feels. And it's a very interesting feeling, not gonna lie. The other method that I wanted to try, I think I said a little bit about this on my Instagram stories or something, or a post. But I wanted to try the flashcard method. Hopefully I was holding it high enough for you guys to see it. Hopefully it wasn't too dark actually for you guys to see it, but I'll probably edit what the question was if it was. But I was thinking about doing it in two different methods. So one of them being the flashcard one. That was my initial, like, how am I gonna do it? Oh, flashcards, which you saw today. And then the other method was just recording the questions ahead of time and maybe leaving like a minute of space in between the question to allow for a response, if that makes any sense. But the thing with that though, if I'm recording it, if I recorded the questions ahead of time and give myself a minute, my lights just flickered. What if I speak over the question, because I'm not gonna be able to hear when the question is said, you know what I mean? So I think for right now, the flashcard method sort of works unless I find somebody else that can give me or say the questions to me or talk to me. I'm hoping this video turned out the way I hope it will turn out. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this type of session, of a solo Estes method session. Let me know if you guys liked it, if you want to see more of these type of sessions on the channel, or if you prefer the usual like tarot with the dead kind of videos that I do, which is essentially just using most of my paranormal equipment and you guys being able to hear what's coming through the portal box. So just let me know down below. That way I know if I should try another one of these sessions. Although if I do, I'm gonna need new questions. Or I can probably come up with a set of questions that can be used every time to see if, like, who we might get come through or who we might interact with. So I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. Some of the questions that were on the flashcards were either from people who submitted questions on the community tab on my YouTube channel or via Instagram, because I did ask you guys for some help to see what kind of questions you would ask someone in the spirit world, or, you know, for information or just something, you know. Because I had a few questions, but then I'm like, well, let's see what other people would ask. And then I picked some of those questions. I didn't pick all of them. I picked the ones that kind of fit with what I was doing in today's video. Will I do that again? I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. If you guys stuck to this part of the video, please leave the ghost emoji in the comments. That way I know. Don't forget to like the videos. That helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.